Saturday afternoon, everyone. Welcome back down to my library. And as you see behind me, I'm back in my Stephen King shelf. So I have one to possibly three videos to bring to you guys in like the next couple days. I'm gonna keep it easy on you guys for this first video. This is gonna be my long-awaited review on The Drawing of the Three, Dark Tower 2. So, I read this back in December, and I've been wanting to talk about it, so let's get into it. This literally picks up like hours after The Gunslinger, and this is the story of Roland trying to find his quartet and continue on to the Dark Tower. So this story is more developed, and it's definitely got more characters in it. And the first person that he draws, I guess, is Eddie Dean. And he was in trouble with like Colombian drug lords. And the way he drew these people, he jumped inside their body and took control of them. And then the people that were part of this came to Roland's world and started the friendship. So I did enjoy Eddie Dean as a character, but I think when we meet Odetta and Detta, that was probably the most interesting part of this story, because two different personalities, one's good and one's schizophrenic, and it's a black woman. I really did enjoy the whole schizophrenic part of it. It got kind of weird. And not to mention that this is a very weird book. So I'll definitely learn more about these characters as I go along. But in the final drawing, the third guy he's after, his name is Jack Mort, and he's basically like an accountant. So his character really wasn't developed, but I'm sure that we'll like learn more about him as the series goes along. I found this story to be very strong in the beginning, but it kind of lost me in the middle part, and it felt a little bit repetitive. So I still did enjoy the story, but some of it was just over my head. I mean, this is a really fantastical book, of course, but it felt like there was not a lot of action. I mean, there was when Roland took over the bodies. I mean, you got a lot of that. But when they were like in the desert, they were just walking. So, in my opinion, it's a really good book, but I thought that The Gunslinger was more cohesive, which might sound weird to you tower junkies, because people told me that this story like starts with The Drawing of the Three. This was just picking out three different individuals for 450 plus pages. It was weird. But I really do enjoy this story so far, and I really can't wait to get into book 3. So, overall, good story. Kind of a mess in the middle. But I mean, it's very difficult for me to like review this book because it is a great story. But I wanted a little bit more action. But overall, I did rate this 5 stars. I just thought it would be a little bit better. That's why it didn't make my top 10 best books of the year. Well, for one, I was like finishing it up that day. So I still thought that Gunslinger was a little bit better. That's just my opinion. But those are my thoughts on The Drawing of the Three, Dark Tower 2. So my next video, which I'm going to go ahead and get going here in the next couple minutes, will be my 4th leg of Stephen King. So it's just going to be a brand new Stephen King TBR. God knows I read like I'm on my 43rd book now. But yeah, got a lot of interesting titles to pick out from my shelf, and I'll share with you guys here in a minute. But as for now, that's all I got for this video. I'll see you guys in a minute. Adios, peace, and keep slinging.